You are in the world. I want to talk about forgiveness. And this is a topic that I think we all can relate to, because we've all done something where we effed up, we screwed up, we made a mistake, we hurt someone. We're going to talk about this today. I'm out here in this beautiful park just to get the sun rays in, to appreciate this great weather. And let's talk about the forgive formula for forgiveness. And I came up with this formula because, frankly, I've screwed up a lot and I've said and done a lot of stuff that I didn't mean or I regretted later. And I guess we all have in some way. And I realized the amount of times I've screwed up and either hurt myself or hurt somebody else in my younger years. Now the older, wiser, supposedly wiser version of myself, the urban spiritualist, right, looks back and says, what could we do differently? So I want to ask you first, bring to your mind as you're listening to this, a situation where you felt bad afterwards, where you regretted what you did or said, even though at the time you may have felt justified. Have you had that, right? At work, you said something to a colleague, or at home to a family member, you said it in anger and then you regretted it afterwards. Or maybe you did something that you actually felt justified at the time. Now, I just did something recently and I hurt my closest. I said it sarcastically and there was a degree of truth in it, I felt. But I still shouldn't have said it because I felt really bad afterwards. And this is my closest, and I hurt those that were nearest to me. And I really felt bad for it. And even as a coach, and even as somebody who's a coach and a mentor, we're all bloody human. Let's just face that, right? And there's no point pretending that you're superior or better because you've done all this stuff. We all screw up. And I did. I screwed up right here. And so we all know, if you look at that situation, go back and cast your mind to that situation or scenario or that person that you hurt or that situation, we regret. And a lot of bad things happen if we don't attend to forgiving that person, seeking forgiveness, that is. If we don't attend to seeking forgiveness from that person or that situation, then a lot of negativity happens. We start to feel resentment or regret. That starts to develop into guilt and remorse, and that starts to develop and descend into increasingly negative emotions, and that starts to manifest in our body. It starts to manifest in our behavior and our actions. Our decision making is even affected by things that we've done that we regret, because it starts to shape the way we respond to future situations. And therefore, on all accounts, learning the art of forgiveness is powerful. And I want to share just one aspect of that through this formula that I've made up called the forgive formula. The forgive formula goes like this. When you've done something, or if or when you do something that you've done and you've hurt somebody, or you've done something that you regret, and you've said or spoken or done something to somebody, and you're feeling really bad, do these 4 things. Number 1, forgive. Ask for forgiveness from that person or that group of people, whether they're physically there or even if they're online, whether they're distant friends or people that you know, or whether they're face-to-face. Doesn't matter. Ask their forgiveness, either in person or on the phone or remotely. Ask their forgiveness. That's step number 1. When you ask forgiveness, you are giving them the permission to recognize that you feel bad. When you do that, you're also giving them a chance to reflect on maybe some truth in what you said or did. So maybe you meant something when you said that harsh thing, and maybe you felt partially justified. Well, when you ask for forgiveness, you're allowing that upset energy in the other person to dissipate just enough to help them to start to reflect on what you said. So you're giving them the chance to feel calmer because you've sought their forgiveness. You're giving them a chance to reflect on what you've said because there may be a truth, and you're giving them a chance to repair and then to also improve themselves as the situation passes and as time passes on. The second part of forgive is forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself because we're all human, right? We've got to do that. When you forgive yourself, forgive. When you forgive yourself, you're allowing yourself, your inner self, to heal and repair because you're acknowledging that you're only human. That means you're reclaiming the energy that would have otherwise been wasted in regret and resentment, remorse, all those things I just mentioned. And because you released that pressure valve, all that wasted energy is redirected towards building you up. So when you forgive yourself, you free up that negative spiral, you clear yourself out of it. Secondly, you give it yourself a chance to reflect on what you said and how you said it so you can improve and upgrade yourself in the future. The third part of this forgive formula, the third part is when you do this, you're giving the other person a chance to upgrade their behavior. How can they show up for people in their lives? You're effectively holding up a mirror for them, because when you ask forgiveness and you're wholeheartedly asking for forgiveness without excuses, without sort of a condition or a catch, you're showing them a better way of being. And that allows them to reflect and upgrade their way and their response to situations that they face in future. And fourthly, the forgive process, when you've forgiven yourself, you're giving yourself a chance to upgrade the way you respond to future situations, upgrade and reflect on what you said, because maybe what you said, there's something in it for you. You know, oftentimes we're saying something to somebody else and we're lashing out at them. We're actually projecting something that's in us, right? They've triggered something in us. Well, this is a chance for us to reflect on that and then upgrade ourselves. So there you have it, the forgive approach to forgiveness and upgrading ourselves. I hope that's valuable. That's just my reflections. I'm out here in the park learning to forgive myself and just be, because I don't spend enough time in being. So that's me. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Hashtag urban spirituality and hashtag stress to success, the two brands, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, LinkedIn, Facebook. You know where to find. Take care. Peace out. Namaste.